all good.
Nice one. Right, shall we make a start then?
Cool, let's crack on.
Hello, welcome to FRUK Unwrapped Appetisers, Episode 2, a very special edition of FRUK Unwrapped, a subsidiary addition to the regular FRUK Unwrapped canon, in which perhaps we take a look at something, a small element of the Food Review UK universe in a greater detail. I am Stuart, as you can probably tell by my delightful northern tones, and I am joined today by the man who is the burger to my fries, the fish to my chips, the captain of our ship. It's Michael Jamieson.
Oh, wow. Usually people follow that up with the fish to my fingers, but...
No,
it's a pleasure to be here.
Now, it's a pleasure to have you here. Now, people might be expecting me to introduce Beefy at this point, Mr. Nathan Peterson. Unfortunately, due to some allegations that have been made, Nathan is unable to join us until we have had an opportunity to look into these allegations and see whether or not Nathan is allowed back on the podcast. He has been suspended. He's on garden leave, but we're hoping to have everything sorted out into 2018, where either Nathan will be back or we will have replaced him with someone less controversial.
It is a shame what happened, but there's an absolute no one is saying that he didn't put that where he put it, but what we're looking into is the circumstances around it. So just hang tight, guys.
Yeah, as soon as we know what's going on, you will know as well. But that means that for this FRUK Unwrapped Appetisers, it is just Michael and myself. Some would say the dream team.
Oh, nightmare team.
The nightmare team.
Just whichever one I'm on is the nightmare.
I've had a lot of nightmares that involve me and you.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've had a lot of wet dreams that involve me and you.
Oh dear, shame. I'm not. I mean, completely off topic, but I'm not convinced that they exist in the real world. It's something that you hear about as a boy at school. I'm not convinced that wet dreams do exist in the world.
That's very interesting, actually, because I never recall having had one. Like, obviously, I've had stimulating, but I've never woken up. I don't believe I've ever woken up. What's the word to say? Woken up sleeping on the shore.
No, no. Similarly, it's something that you hear about, that people talk about perhaps as a teenage boy, but I'm not convinced it's a real thing. No.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below. Let us know in those iTunes reviews, please.
Oh dear, disgusting stuff. Anyway, this is FRUK Unwrapped Appetisers, where we're supposed to wet your appetite, probably put you off eating anything for the rest of the day. And we decided to record this and release it slightly early to coincide with the changing of the year. 2017 is on the wane, and 2018 is rapidly bearing down on us like Nathan Peterson in a drunken rage at a Christmas party. So we thought it'd be a really good idea to get Michael on to have a little chat about what have been his FRUK hits of 2017. We've kind of taken it upon ourselves, seeing as though Charlie Brooke has dropped the ball this year and has failed to produce my televisual highlight of the year in a 2017 wipe. We're going to take on that baton that he's dropped, and we're going to call this our 2017 FRUK wipe, featuring Michael Jamieson. How do you feel about that, Michael?
I'm a little bit surprised, actually. I thought that we were just going to take the piss out of Nate for 2 hours. Fuck, I haven't got anything prepared. I've got a 4-page Word document of things I hate about Nate. But fuck, no one told anything to me about top 10 of the year or anything. No, obviously I do. It's been a very good year for food, actually. We do keep better track of the products we've reviewed in the year than we used to. Very much a shambles of an institution in the first couple of years, but this year we've written down sort of every product that we've reviewed. We've written down what we've given it. I suppose I could give some statistical information about that sort of thing, actually.
Oh, that might be dull. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be sufficiently dull.
Do you want to do that now?
Yeah, why not? Go on.
We could turn it into a game, all right, Stuart?
Oh, I like an impromptu game.
Yeah, I love this.
Oh, my Lord.
How many 0 or negative scoring products have there been this year?
Oh, I mean, very few.
Yeah.
Very few. Right, can I ask a little question?
Go on.
If this, for example, was a team review, perhaps you and Nathan Peterson and David Goss, or perhaps you and Harry, or someone, or you and other people, I don't know, a group of people, you understand the premise. Would each person's individual score count as a score?
It would either be... Do you know what? So I can't remember if I have a hard and fast rule about it. Usually I just go with whatever I rated it.
Still a shambles.
Fuck the
Still
consensus.
a shambles.
No,
Yeah.
I think often. I think sometimes I might have taken an average.
All right. So what you're essentially saying is that you're making it up as you go along. Right. I'm going to say 4.
Did you say 4?
Yeah, I did. Said 4, yes. And then I think there was some interference.
Yeah, I didn't. Also heard interference. So I actually nearly said something very hilarious a second ago. I thought you were going to say like how many of them were group reviews. So I was going to say 3 of them were group reviews and 2 of them were me on my own, thus revealing the total. But there's 5.
5.
Yeah.
That's. I think it's probably more likely that you get a negative review in a group review because you might review something disgusting for the bants.
Precisely.
Exactly. I understand how all this works, Michael. I know the game that you're playing.
Ooh. No, not getting me on that.
Nope. Have you got a second or another statistic there?
I think the next one, probably just the other end of the scale. Probably interesting to see how many 6 stars there's been.
How many what, sorry?
How many... oh, I see what you're doing. How many 6 stars, Stuart?
Don't know what you mean, mate. It's a 0 to 5 scale, innit? Don't know.
Oh, fuck.
How many 6-star? How many absolute fallacies? How many miscarriages of justice have there been this year? Significantly more, because you are an idiot. Significantly more 6 stars than there are 0s.
Yeah.
I would hazard a guess that there've been far more 3 to 5 star or 3 to 6 or even 4 to 6 star reviews than there have been 1 to 3.
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's true, yeah.
Again, I think for the most part, because you're buying things that you want to eat, that you want to try. I reckon there've been 15 6-star reviews.
Oh, that's very good. Again, you're very close. There's actually been... there's been 20. But if you take out fusions... Excuse me. I'm not feeling so hot. You might hear me either sounding slightly sexy or slightly ill, depending on how you take it. If you take out fusions and recipes, there's actually 15.
There you go. So I'm correct.
Yeah, you're basically there.
Amazing.
Yeah, obviously I won't reveal any of the names because some of them, or a lot of them, will probably be in the old top 10, won't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, the top 10, if you are not an idiot, the top 10 should be made up of those miscarriages of justice.
Correct.
Okay. Should we have one final piece of trivia then, Michael, before we get cracking with the... Go on.
You could, again, I reckon you could probably guess it. I reckon most people could probably guess it because it's become a bit of a meme. But actually, I'll give you a choice. Do you want the question to be how many American products have we reviewed?
Oh,
which isn't quite up to date. Or
really?
How many 4-star reviews there's been?
A 4-star review? But that's quite. Let's go for 4-star reviews.
Oh, I love it.
Right, so 356 days in a year.
Correct.
Most days receive one upload. Some days receive two.
Correct.
When did we move to?
About,
when did you move to the reduced schedule?
About 3 or 4 months ago.
Right. So, only 3 or 4 months ago. So for the most of the year, there'd have been 2 videos a day. Some days 3.
Correct.
And I reckon something ridiculous like 50% of videos are 4-star reviews. So I'm going to go for 300.
Ooh, that is interesting. It's not actually quite as high as that. Now, I will say, I'm not quite up to date on it, so I'd say it's probably about 20 short. But there's actually only been 127.
127?
Yeah.
That is disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh.
89 3 stars, so 3 stars isn't as far behind as some might think.
No. Crazy times.
Yeah.
Jameson, should we
Yes.
get on with the issue in hand? Your top 10 food products of the year 2017. And what I want to know, Michael, is I want to know what each product is. And I want to know why it's in that list. Why is it one of your top products of 2017? Should we start with, Michael, number 10?
Oh, wow. Reverse order. Love it. Didn't expect that. No, obviously did. Build up the anticipation. People have just stopped listening 15 minutes in. Don't need that. Although, actually, they could probably just skip forward, couldn't they?
They could, yeah. It's amazing.
Number 1. But actually, I do need to make a very quick sort of, not an addendum, because that comes at the end, a predendum.
Footnote.
Yeah. My number 1 product of the year, I am keeping it at number 1. However, I contacted the suppliers, the makers, because I hadn't seen it in a while. And it's no longer in production. They do not make it anymore.
Crazy.
I'm absolutely fuming. But I'll clarify a few bits when we get to it, because it's sort of available in a different form / not quite. So,
okay.
Number 10. It's an American product.
Shock horror.
There is 2 American products on the list, I'm afraid. It is an American product. It's Twizzlers Orange Dreamsicle.
Were these the ones that finally turned the tables for Twizzlers? Because they've been massively unpopular with FRUK buddies for a long time, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely right. I think before trying this one, I think I'd only tried probably one good one. Bear with me, I just got to sort my nose out.
Thank you. You're listening to the Mike Cold and Flu podcast, brought in conjunction with Lemsip Max Strength and Kleenex man-sized tissues.
Oh, that's good. That's got rid of some quite well-coloured stuff.
Star rating?
What, the Lemsip?
No, of the nasal emission.
Oh, I'd probably want it to be a little bit darker than that to know that it's really getting rid of some bad stuff.
Yeah, obviously. You want a nice kind of greeny brown colour, don't you?
I give that 3 stars. That wasn't dark enough yet.
Oh.
I reckon there's some dark... I do know for a fact there's some very dark stuff deep
lurking
down in my
deep
chest.
within you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I might have to cough that up later. Right. Yeah, so... it's one of these filled Twizzlers that they have, and the flavour just absolutely blew me away. It really did taste like the classic American orange dreamsicle, or what we would call a split ice lolly with the fruity orange on the outside and the creamy vanilla sort of ice cream flavour in the middle. Amazing texture, amazing taste. There was even a key lime flavour one, and despite not even liking lime flavour sweets, bloody loved that one as well.
Weird that you don't like lime flavour sweets, because it's essentially your favourite colour.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Very odd. Never had a Twizzler. I guess, Are they a kind of like a red rope licorice kind of thing?
Yes. The normal ones are basically that, but imagine that they smell like Play-Doh, and they basically taste like Play-Doh too, and a worse texture. Like red licorice or British red licorice It's actually pretty tasty. I think it's pretty nice. But Twizzlers does not taste like it.
No, I think they have Twizzlers in. Certainly Tesco. Most Tesco have a decent shelf end of American products now. I'm sure I've seen Twizzlers, but I've always been massively put off ever trying them, partly because they charge silly prices for American products in supermarkets over here, and partly because you guys have always just absolutely slated them in the past. So never been something I've fancied trying. But it seems that your perseverance, because there seems to be a Twizzlers gets brought out during most FRUK Buddies recording sessions, and it's always met with absolute derision. But your perseverance has paid off because you finally found an edible one. Well done.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, there's another one coming soon as well, actually.
Oh,
that might also not be shit.
Preview flavour. There we go. Fantastic. Are we ready to move on then, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 9.
Now this is a Ruddy special one. This is a KFC product. Probably, looking at the list, it's probably the biggest release of the year in terms of coverage and whatnot.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess. Go on.
Is it the Double Down?
Oh, no, it's not actually, no.
Oh, I mean, that's literally the only KFC product that I can recall coming out this year being high profile. But I'm not a KFC mark.
This was, I have to say, this one was received better. You probably are right. Double Down probably was. Probably ruined it, yeah.
Something about Louisiana.
Yeah, correct. Dirty Louisiana.
Yes.
Boom. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably discard the pickles, but didn't really detract too much for me. Just a sensational burger. It's I just love the marketing around it as well. They've embraced this name, Dirty Louisiana. They know it's got 3 sauces in. It's messy. It's dirty. Excuse me. Try again. Fine.
Oh,
my wife is scowling at me. She's got her headphones on. She doesn't even know I burped. That's just how she looks at me. It's just a fantastic product. Nice soft bun, grilled bun, delicious ingredients, and a really good combination of sauces that work really well. Yeah, and a bloody good thumbnail, if I don't say so myself.
Why? What was special about the thumbnail?
I just gave it some nice font work.
I love a bit of nice font work. I mean, I do miss out on... Obviously, I don't eat at McDonald's. Don't like McDonald's. I no longer eat at Burger King after the appalling visit to Burger King last year, where, if you recall, they tried to force my vegetarian wife to eat chicken. And obviously, KFC, I used to work there. My wife's a vegetarian. Those two things mean that I don't eat there very often.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I miss out. I miss out a lot, Michael.
Yeah, I would say when they bring back the Dirty Louisiana, do give it a spin.
I shall do that, Michael. I shall keep an eye out.
Yeah, it's worth doing.
There's a KFC really, really close to where I live. I could almost walk there and back, and the food'd still be warm.
Wow, that is really close.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, I couldn't. It's about a half an hour walk, but almost. The key word being almost.
You could drive there.
Michael, number 7.
Would it not be number 8?
Yes, number 8.
Oh, right.
Backwards is hard, man.
No, don't make me laugh. Right, I think, just going to give a look at the list. Yeah, this is the newest. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it's the newest. It's the one that I've most recently tried. This is the Potts & Co. Malted Milk Chocolate.
You've been bumming Potts & Co. for ages.
Have you tried them?
I don't think I've ever seen one in the shops.
Oh, yeah, you live up north, don't you? These are like £2 a pop, mate.
Oh, yeah. We have posh shops up here as well. We have Waitrose.
Oh.
Yesterday I went to official supermarket of the FRUK Unwrapped podcast. Yesterday I went to a Booths.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I like Waitrose because it keeps the riffraff out of Booths. No, I don't recall ever seeing them. However, I do have to say I don't spend much time hanging around the chilled desserts area of the supermarket.
Yeah, it's usually not the place to be, really, is it? Just because it's quite cold.
It's cold.
No, do check them out next time you're in Waitrose, because Waitrose are quite good stockists, actually. Also, Sainsbury's are good stockists as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh Lord. Might die. Oh. I think Michael might have actually just died there. When he comes back, there's a very real chance he might only have one lung. It's gone very... He's actually gone. Michael Jameson has disappeared. Oh, I can hear him. He's in the background, making very odd noises, like a walrus in the throes of passion. Oh, there he is. Now he's talking to his wife.
1 second, Stuart.
I'm sure you heard that. He's only going to be 1 second.
Sorry about that. Right, back. I have reason to believe that I've just dispatched the prime suspect.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think I just got rid of the one that was really... I could feel it in the morning. I was like, oh, fuck, I've gotten really deep in the chest. That's not going anywhere. But now I'm pretty sure the old boy just came out, didn't he?
Awesome.
That was a low 5, that one. Very dark.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want to see.
Big old chunk.
Where were we, Michael?
So we were talking about the delicious, great, smooth textured range of puddings.
Malted chocolate, was it?
Yeah, malted milk chocolate. I will say as well, actually, Claire and I went to Sainsbury's yesterday, and as I say, they're very good stockists as well. I've got the next two, ain't I, in the old fridge.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do they just release new flavours all the time then?
I don't think they release them all that often, but because I don't go to Waitrose, the nearest place in Aylesbury that sells, the only place in Aylesbury that sells any, I believe, is Waitrose. The Sainsbury's in Aylesbury is very small, and I don't think they sell them at all. But Waitrose do a good range, but I rarely go in Waitrose. And I did go in there the other day to see if they had the rhubarb, about a month ago, see if they had rhubarb and custard, and they had it on the shelf label, but they're out of stock.
Hate that. Hate that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you fuck, so you actually had it, and now you don't have it, like, fuming.
Awful.
But they did have that, and they had the banoffee pudding one yesterday, so there'll be reviews for them soon. Yeah, no, Stuart, get on it, mate. The salted caramel one is still one of the best products I've ever tried.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll have a look. I will have a look, and I will let you know how I get on with it.
But this
Michael Jameson.
Correct.
One.
This one was this one was just lovely though. The malted flavour was delicious, and it was very similar to the salted caramel one, to be honest.
I do like a malt. Actually, I say I do like. I think my only experience of malted confectionery flavours are Maltesers and malted milk biscuits.
Yeah.
And obviously some beers are very malty, but it's not something I'm that familiar with. I'll have a look for them when next time I'm in a supermarket.
It's not released very often, is it? Malted. We actually bought some Ovaltine biscuits from the foreign aisle yesterday.
From the foreign aisle?
Yeah.
Bloody hell! What would Brexit voters be thinking about that? That you can just go down a foreign aisle in your supermarket.
Well, it was very quiet. It was a very quiet aisle.
Oh, it would be in Aylesbury.
Oh, we were in Milton Keynes, but sort of similar.
Well, all the same down south. All racists.
That's it.
Yeah. There's one thing that I can't. There's two things that I can't stand. That's people who are intolerant of people from other parts of the world and Southerners.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Austin
Great
Powers.
joke. Yeah. Michael Jameson, number 7.
Oh, the real number 7 this time.
Yeah. Actually 7. I've
7.
started writing. I've got my fingers up now, and I'm counting them down as I go.
You got your heating on. Don't get frostbite, mate.
Hey, I have actually. It's very warm in my house. Yeah, I have.
That's good. I'm wearing clothes and a dressing gown.
Are you? I'm wearing literally shorts and t-shirt pajamas.
Oh wow!
This is a morning podcast record, listeners. A very different time of day to our usual podcast recordings.
That's it. Yeah. Hence why I've only just got. I suppose you can cough up guitar anytime, really, but
Guitar?
Huh?
Guitar.
Guitar. Have I? What's happened?
Guitar.
Guitar. Yeah.
Is that what you call it? Guitar.
Guitar. That's what it's called, isn't it?
It's a rhyme, as it rhymes with guitar.
Yeah.
It's Qatar.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Like the Middle Eastern country. It's Catarrh, isn't it?
Catarrh.
Catarrh.
Oh fuck.
Qatar.
Oh fuck. Qatar.
Like the female Thundercat.
Oh shit! I've been calling it guitar for like 30 years. Because when one of my first words was guitar. Oh fucking hell!
What does your wife call it?
Claire, what do you call guitar? Huh? Guitar. How do you spell it? No, she doesn't know. But she doesn't know. But it sounds like she's saying it correctly, at least.
Correctly, as in the way I say it, or correctly as in the way you think it should be said?
Well, no. Let's just clarify that I've now changed my mind on how it should be pronounced in the last sort of minute or so.
Amazing.
Good. Well, when
do
you ever need to write it down? Yeah.
When do you need to? It's not about the way you write it. I'm just showing off because I know how to spell it, and it's a tricky word. It's the way you pronounce it.
Yeah.
How can you look at a word what's the opposite of a dog?
God.
You don't pronounce C-A-T, kit.
No, that is
unless you're from New Zealand.
Yeah, all right, mate.
God.
Oh, fucking hell. Shit, you know.
Right, let's move on to number 7 then, Michael.
Number 7 is Seven. It's our second American product. So for any of the American haters, they'll either like this bit because it's got all of the American ones out of the way soon, or they'll hate it because it means 50% of the discussions so far have been about American products. And one of the other ones is named after an American country, so that's actually 2, Kentucky and Louisiana.
Why? What? Is that a spoiler?
No.
Or are you using Kentucky from the KFC?
Yeah, Kentucky and Louisiana.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No, number 7, Blue Diamond Salted Caramel Almonds. Yeah.
I would not usually buy a branded nut.
Really?
And it's not out of any kind of. It's not because I'm supporting local businesses. It's just that when I tend to look at nuts, I generally want a salt and pepper cashew, or a honey roasted peanut, or something along those lines. And a supermarket owned brand tends to do it for me. So I have never had. I think I've probably had KP nuts. And maybe had some, I think Walkers do some as well, don't they now?
Yeah.
Never had a Blue Diamond nut.
Interesting. What you've just said actually, it does remind me of one of my anecdotes that doesn't have an ending.
Brilliant.
I did buy some KP dry roasted nuts the other day for the Cadbury Fusion bar that we did, and they were very good, very high quality, very tasty. And then I saw some more nuts in the store, and I was like, yeah, I liked those dry roasted nuts. I'm going to buy some more. But these ones were Big D, and I was like, well, all the brands will taste the same, won't they? So we bought these Big D dry roasted nuts, and actually, this is an anecdote inside an anecdote. I actually put them in the trolley or the basket when Claire wasn't looking, and then when we got home, she was like, "What? Where did these come from?" I was like, I didn't buy them. She was like, "What?" And I just confused her. It was very amusing. But no, the Big D were nowhere near as good. So that's the end of that anecdote.
Right. Big D. Here's an actual anecdote for you. About I don't know, 15 years ago or something, Big D Peanuts decided to bring back the Peanut Card Girl. I'm not sure whether you're not really a pub kind of guy, are you, generally? But
I'm not, but I do know the reference.
Yeah, going back to the misogynist kind of 80s or whatever, pubs would have a card behind the wall, on the wall, covered in bags of peanuts, and printed on the card would be a glamour model. Now, I'm not sure they'd be topless, but I can't remember, but a kind of page 3 girl style model. And the idea would be that it would encourage people to buy the peanuts, because if you buy the peanuts, you then expose the picture of the glamour model behind. Now, that kind of went away a little bit. I think most people realise that in much the same way as page 3 has gone from newspapers and stuff, it's not necessarily appropriate to be exploiting women exploiting sexuality in order to sell products. So the Peanut Girl went away, and Big D took shall I say, a brave step, took the step of bringing back the Peanut Girl about 15 years ago, and the girl that they chose to be their new Peanut Card Girl went to school with my wife.
Oh, my God.
That, Michael, is an actual anecdote.
Yeah,
with a beginning, some development, and then an ending, which makes you go, oh, that's interesting.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's how you write an anecdote.
It is. There you go.
Oh,
Two things I've taught you today, Michael.
That's much more interesting than what I was going to say about the almonds. So they had a nice texture and nice flavour.
Good. I get a salted caramel almond. They do a lot of smoked nuts, don't they, Blue Diamond?
Yeah, their smokehouse almonds are fantastic as well. Genuinely, their almonds are really good quality. They come up with some really interesting flavours, and they do a few flavours in the UK. The smokehouse and the honey roast, and I would recommend both of them. They're all really good.
Premium price point?
It's not too bad. In the UK, you get I think they're 100-gram bags. They are quite small bags, but they're only £1.50.
Right.
It's not riotously expensive.
I have looked at them. In the past.
I definitely say try the smokehouse 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll make that happen.
Yeah.
I'll make that happen. Michael Jameson, product number 6.
Product number 6. Actually, I'll tell you what. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 products on this list that begin with K.
Oh.
Yeah. So this one's Kit Kat Bites Peanut Butter.
Really?
Yeah.
I was so disappointed with those. I love a Kit Kat chunky peanut butter.
Correct.
Great chocolate bar. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing product.
One of the best chocolate bars ever made.
Absolutely. I've had an idea for a while, which I suppose I should probably take to Nestle. But I'm scared that if I take anything to Nestle, I'll be contaminated with the blood of the thousands of people that they've murdered and exploited over the years. Yep. But amazing though how that peanut butter does mask the taste of exploitation. I've had an idea where Nestle should do a celebration style box, but it all be let's say a Kit Kat Kit Kat chunky, what's 1 inch square block of Kit Kat chunky. Do you get what I mean by that? So like a 1 inch chunk, and so bite sized, and they do mixed flavors, individually wrapped mixed flavors. So you have a peanut butter one, a mint one, a regular one.
These are all Kit Kat chunkies.
These are all Kit Kat chunkies, but just a 1 inch square bite sized block of Kit Kat chunky in a Christmas tin.
And I assume you obviously know what it's called, because I obviously know what it's called.
Does that exist?
No, it doesn't exist, but I assume you've come up with the name, because the name is unbearably obvious.
Go on. Well, I'm hoping that you've got something better than me, because mine's just like Kit Kat bits.
Oh, no, mine's much more obvious and better.
Oh, obviously, go on.
Seriously, you can't come up with a name for that product?
I haven't. No, I can't.
Kit Kat Chunks.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that is very obvious. Yeah.
And surely better, though.
Yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And that is what, for me, those Kit Kat peanut butter bites or whatever they were called should have been.
I do think that's fair. I do think that Kit Kat chunks is an incredible idea, especially if they pop some new flavours in there.
Yes,
like a cookies and cream would be good.
Or like, how about they put a twist on the orange and do orange and popping candy?
Oh, amazing! Yeah,
yeah,
perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, if only we had some influence over the food manufacturing industry.
Yeah, if only we were one of the biggest voices in the UK.
Yeah, if only. No. Yeah, I was disappointed in that product, but
yeah, I liked them. I mean, they aren't as good as a Kit Kat chunky peanut butter because that's got everything. That's got the texture, blah blah blah. But what I did like about it is the flavour was strong, and it was still an enjoyable texture. The Kit Kat texture is still enjoyable. It is still nice, and for me, it just really worked.
So you gave that 6 stars?
Yeah.
For me, it was my rating of that would have probably been a 4. It was just so tempered with disappointment that I could.
Oh. Sorry about these breaks. Yeah, sorry. This is to blow out now.
Some product placement there, back from the Kleenex man size. There we go. Michael, that was your rundown from 10 to 6. Now, what I thought we'd do at this stage, I know what you're thinking, Michael. Not my top 10, but I'm sure you're thinking, what were my top 5 beers of the year?
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, and I've had a little look on my beer app that I have, and I've found my top 5 beers. Now there is some room for conjecture because a lot of my beers were rated very similarly. But very quickly, I'm just going to go through for you my top 5 beers of the year 2017. Some of which might still be available, others possibly not. I am going to give at number 5 is a beer from Brew York, who are a craft brewery based in York, and they've did a beer called Imperial Toncoco Milk Stout, which is a 7.5% stout brewed with tonka beans. It's quite sweet, but it's silky and delicious and beautiful. At number 4, I am going to give the 4th place to a beer by a brewery from Leeds called Northern Monk, and this beer was called Double Dry Hopped Mango Lassie Dipper.
Wow!
So it was.
You've not reviewed that, have you?
I haven't reviewed it for Food Review UK. No, it was an amazing beer, thick, juicy, tasting of mangoes but without being sweet, hoppy, delicious. I can't remember the percentage on it, but it was something around about 8%. There's absolutely no way you'd be able to tell it was that strong. It was like drinking a thick but not sweet Rubicon. It was just amazing.
Wow.
The next beer on my list would be a beer by Cloudwater Brewery, who are my absolute favourite brewery. And it was a beer called Mobile Speaker, which was a double IPA. Again, a strong beer, thick, delicious, hoppy, bitter, juicy, amazing beer. Then the next would also be a Cloudwater beer. And this is a beer called Chubbles, which was a collaboration beer that they did with the New York brewery, the Half Brewery.
Yeah.
Are you writing this down?
No. Not the only one that they've worked together on, though, is it?
It's not. It isn't. No. I did review Tremendous
Ideas, yeah.
Yeah. Chubbles, great name for a beer as well. Could definitely be included in Craft or Crap. But my top beer of the year was a beer by a brewery called Verdant, who I think are from Cornwall, and it was another dipper, double IPA, and it was called Further. And it's very hard to tell which is a better beer between, it's all subjective.
Yeah.
A lot of people's beer of the year has been that Chubbles, but for me, Further was the first double IPA of the year that I absolutely loved. I thought it was amazing. Sadly, Verdant stopped canning their beers about 3 months ago because they were having loads of issues. So I haven't been able to get any of their beers up in the north, but they've just started canning again. So I'm hoping to get some Verdant beers, and I will be reviewing them on Top of the Hops. So that, a little interlude to make it about me for a minute.
Wow, nice.
Top 5 beers of the year.
Sensei, I was going to ask actually, what makes an IPA a double IPA?
It's stronger. So you might see beers that are called double or imperial, and it means that they tend to have a percentage over 8.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So they literally use double the ingredients to make them. So they put double the malts in, and it means that they get a lot more. There's a lot more sugar that can be turned into alcohol.
Oh.
So they, yeah.
Does that mean they're more flavoursome as well?
They've got a bigger alcohol content, so that has an effect on flavour and mouthfeel. But then what they also tend to do is with the double IPAs, they tend to put things like oat into the mix when they're fermenting, which gives them a thicker mouthfeel as well. And then they'll often use extra hops as well to counteract the extra alcohol. So you get these really big, thick, often very juicy beers. Really nice. It's my favourite style of beer, the double IPA. Amazing beers. I had one last night. I had a Cloudwater one last night, which was really good, but nowhere near the level of the ones I mentioned. Amazing. Great beers.
Great work.
Yeah. Michael Jameson, back to the real task in hand. Number 5.
Number 5. It's one of, again, a mild spoiler. It's one of 2 Krispy Kremes in the top 5.
Oh.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme, Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
No, mate. No.
Do you not like Krispy Kreme?
Do you know what? I've not got an issue. Well, I have got an issue with them. I just think they're so expensive for what they are. Like, you go to America and you find like a little independent donut shop or whatever, and you can get these great big, amazing, tasty donuts. And Krispy Kreme, to me, always feels like a corporate impression of what a great donut could be.
Yeah, I do think that is fair, and you know, it is highly possible that if I had ever been to one of these mum and pop sort of donut stores, maybe my entire sort of view on them would flip. But they're just so consistent, and they are. Looking at the list, they are. Yeah, they probably are the most overpriced thing on the list. Really, they are.
So what was this one that you've put in at number 5?
So this one's Hershey's Cookies and Cream. So it's got like a white chocolatey icing on top, cookie crumbles on top, and then the cream in the middle is like a cookies and cream flavour filling, and it is just absolutely just delicious, absolutely delicious.
How much would you pay for that one donut then?
So
like
I think
50 or something.
Huh?
Are they like £2.50 or something?
They're not quite that bad. I think the premium ones are usually £2.10 or £2.20. But
right.
It's still riotously expensive. I mean, Claire and I purchased a 6-pack of sugared donuts, 65p from Sainsbury's.
Yeah, but it's a totally different donut, isn't it? You can't compare the American style premium donut to a British traditional donut.
Correct.
It's totally different. You know, all the donuts have got the place. You know, sometimes a traditional British jam donut is amazing. Very rarely, one of those very cakey ring donuts is acceptable. You know what I mean? They're quite dense, cakey ring donuts.
Yeah.
A hot, fresh donuts off the fair has its place.
Oh.
Love them. I had a bad experience though where we got like a bag of 10 hot fresh donuts in Southport once, and everyone, there was maybe like 4 or 5 of us, everyone had a donut, and then there was a bag, there were like 4 or 5 left in the bag, and of course it fell upon me to ensure that nothing was left to waste, because food waste is the biggest curse of the 21st century. So I ate the rest of the donuts and then was violently ill.
Oh my god, yeah, I cannot imagine eating. What, so did you have 5?
I think I might have had 5 or 6.
Fucking hell. That's like... I reckon I can put them away as well. I could probably do 2 or 3, 5 or 6.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, and it would have been at the point where by the 4th donut, I would have probably been feeling a bit queasy as well.
You walked past a tramp as well who was asking for food, and you were just stuffing your face. Like, wow.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Fuming.
Yeah. But another great anecdote from me. You know.
Yeah,
serves 2 purposes. That anecdote. One, it tells people it's a cautionary tale of eating too many hot donuts from the fair, and one, it's yet another masterclass in anecdote telling to help you.
Not only that, it's also got some political comments in there as well.
Yeah, I tried to squeeze a bit of everything in, mate.
Yeah, educational,
which is difficult when you're eating donuts, but yeah.
But I bought some Big D dry roasted nuts the other day, and they weren't as good as the KP ones. So
back for instance, well done.
Love it.
Yeah. Anything else to say about your overpriced donut, mate?
I don't think so. No, they're just good, and they're more readily accessible now as well. You don't need to resort to.
Tesco, okay.
Yeah, well, they've popped up in my local Morrison's as well now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, little cabinet in my Morrison's.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I noticed that in Morrison's the other day.
Yeah.
Still not tempted. The Reese's peanut butter ones didn't tempt me to buy them. The Biscoff ones didn't tempt me to buy them. I think if I could get, I don't know, like 3 for £4, I'd be all over that.
Now, I am not suggesting you do this.
Steal them.
No.
You're saying steal them,
No.
Oh.
So, I am aware that some people do this. Now, I genuinely do think this is theft. This is what people do, and they're like, "Oh, look at this trick that you can do." Well, no, it's not a trick. It's theft. Yeah, like they do these boxes where you do put 3 in, because I'm pretty sure they've reduced in size. You can probably fit 4 in. But anyway, there's 2 different boxes anyway. There's 3 classic donuts, which I think is maybe like it might be like £4 or £3.50, something like that. And then they've got any 3, which is like a £4.90 or something. But if you just put them in and go self-service, barcoded, so yeah.
Oh, I mean it's not technically theft. It is actually shoplifting.
Yeah, shoplifting.
Yeah. So, sorry, did you say you were suggesting I do that, or you weren't suggesting I do that?
No, I'm not. I genuinely wouldn't do that. But I know people who do.
What if I were to film myself doing it and upload it to the Food Review UK channel? Would you advocate that?
I mean, if it went
because
viral,
then, would I be stealing, or would I be making a statement, a political statement?
Yeah, put FAO Tesco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is how. Look, watch me walk past this security guard in Tesco, openly stealing.
Yeah. I'm going to do that today. I've got a couple of hours this afternoon where I'll be at a loss. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So if you're listening, Tesco, better be on your guard because bullock's coming.
This is weird.
And Michael Jameson told me to.
Well, so, no.
I mean, you did. You just told me to do that.
No. I said if it went viral, I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it, but you can never tell what's going to go viral.
Michael Jameson, number 4.
Number 4. This one is the one of 2 fast food items on the list. You sort of might hope that there'd be more than that. Of course, the first one was KFC Dirty Louisiana. This is the Burger King Fiery Barbecue Double XL.
What's on a Fiery Barbecue Double XL?
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting so much from this, but I absolutely bloody loved it. Normally, if I'm going Burger King, which by the way doesn't happen that often these days,
scum. It's their scum.
Well, I like them. Another non-anecdote here. The Frankie's and Benny's in Aylesbury is apparently closing today.
Oh, Wagamama's! Oh!
Frankie and Benny's?
Yeah, that's not what you said, mate.
What did I say? Frankie's and Benny's?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Fuck. No, hang on.
Blazes Pizza. What?
Let's have a look. Oh,
It's definitely
shit.
not called Frankie's and Benny's.
Yeah, it's Frankie and Benny's. Oh my god, that's awful. Anyway, they're closing in Aylesbury, and I hope they build a Burger King there.
That's not even that. That's not. I mean, you keep using this word. I don't think you understand what it means. That is not an anecdote. That's an opinion. It's an opinion.
Yeah, it's like a desire. It's not you.
Yeah.
It's a thought.
There isn't really a Burger King near me, and it is a shame because despite me now not being allowed to go to Burger King, it would be my preferred budget fast food lunch stop. I love Burger King onion rings. XL bacon double cheeseburger is an absolute standard staple. You know, eat a million of them, but I'm not allowed to go there anymore. So
correct. And now they've got like a triple cheese Angus. It sounds amazing. It's so annoying that there's not one near here.
So what was on this burger? It was called.
It doesn't sound like mind blowing or anything. Like, it sounds good. No. To be fair, it does sound very good. But I wasn't expecting to be blown away by it so much that it'd be in my top 5 of the fucking year. So it's 2 burgers, 2 beef patties, melted cheese, smoky bacon, crispy onions, lettuce, and a supposedly hot barbecue sauce on a toasted brioche bun. Now,
sounds great.
My barbecue sauce definitely got hot towards the end. Like, the more I ate of it, it definitely had a kick. A lot of the people in the comments did say, oh, it had absolutely no heat whatsoever. Now, I don't know if it was just maybe branch to branch, they were doing it with different amounts, but whilst it's true that I'm not the biggest fan of heat, first of all, I've built up a better tolerance to it since doing the things like our chilies and whatnot. And second, I can still tell what's hot or not. So mine was definitely hot, but it was just fucking great. It's just such a perfect blend of flavours.
Sounds like everything I'd want on a burger.
Yeah. Sort of is. I quite like a bit of barbecue sauce on there as long as there's the creamy element as well, be that either mayo or cheese.
Yeah. No, mayo should not be on burgers, but yeah, cheese, definitely. Yeah, it sounds like a great burger, mate. I'd definitely be. It's definitely something I would order if I was in a Burger King.
Correct.
Michael Jameson, number 3.
Top 3, right. So this is another Krispy Kreme, I'm afraid.
Yeah, go on. Tell me about your overpriced donut.
This is Krispy Kreme Rocky Road.
Is this still available? Is this one that I'll be putting in my box when I go shoplifting this afternoon?
It's not one of their permanent ones, but I believe it is. It probably will come back. They have a couple that come back into rotation.
So is this one that you would recommend then?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So
this is one that you would recommend that I steal this afternoon, yes?
No. Please do not put words in my mouth. That's not what we want. No, just... and with this one, not really anything particularly crazy. Like, it's a normal donut with a chocolate icing. I believe it had a caramel sauce in the middle. And crispy biscuit pieces on top. And it had marshmallow in the middle as well. So the sauce in the middle was sort of caramel and marshmallow, and that's what made it sort of interesting. But yeah,
does sound like a really good donut.
Yeah, just really nice. Just like I say, nothing really bombastic or that you're like, oh my god, that is like so unique and different. But just perfect blend, amazing texture, and great sweetness and flavour.
Yeah, I think you're piquing my interest with regards to Krispy Kreme donuts. It might be something that I have to look into. Yeah,
do give it a whirl. I mean, like I say, they are expensive, but they are so consistent.
I have had Krispy Kreme donuts, but it is going back a few years. There's a big Krispy Kreme donut shop factory thing in Manchester near the Trafford Centre where they make the donuts there, and there's an area where you can sit, and I think that's where they make them and then supply them to all the smaller shops and what have you. And we went there a few years ago when it opened, and had various donuts, but I don't think I've had a Krispy Kreme since then, and that's probably going back about 8 or 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so it may be something that I do need to revisit.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, I'll get on that. So I've got Blue Diamond, I've got Krispy Kreme, and I'm sure there was something else that you told me I should eat. Pots and Co.
Correct.
Cool. Michael Jameson, number 2.
Number 2, right. So, like I say, because number 1 is technically not available anymore, this is the best product, or best new product this year that you can actually still get. And it's I think you've had this one, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you've had it. This is the Cadbury Big Taste Peanut Crunch.
Is that one of those massive bars of Cadbury?
Correct.
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, fuck.
So, peanut crunch, what does that mean?
Yeah, so it's got like a peanut buttery type filling, peanuts and caramel.
Oh, that does sound right up my street. The issue, of course, with those big taste bars is that they're massive and cost a fortune.
Yeah, I think their RRP is £3 or £3.50, depending on where you go. They do fairly often go on special offer for £2 in a lot of places.
What's the grammage on one of them?
I think they're like 300 grams. Let's have a look.
That's a lot.
Cadbury Big Taste. They do actually do tiny little bars as well of them now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. I'm not sure if they do this flavour, but they definitely do the... what are they? Yeah, they are 300 grams.
Right. I can't be trusted with a 300-gram bar of chocolate.
Yeah. The thing with this one, I think you might be okay because it is so sweet and rich.
Yeah, so are hot donuts from the fair, Michael.
Oh, fuck, yeah. No, you don't go anywhere near it. Honestly, you have 3 blocks of this, you'll feel sick.
Yeah, still eat it all.
That's the downside. Yeah. No,
so this is the number 1 product that's still available in stores, according to Michael Jameson, the UK's number 1 food reviewer, and his quote on this product is, "You eat 3 blocks of it and you'll feel sick."
Yeah.
I mean, that should be on the wrapper, surely.
I didn't mention one thing actually. It's actually got 0.4% rice crisps in there as well, and it adds a bit of extra texture.
Bit of crunch.
Yeah, a bit of crunch.
Yeah. No, that sounds right up my street. Peanut butter, that kind of stuff.
Excellent product. Absolutely excellent.
Yeah. Again, I'll keep an eye out for that.
Correct.
That's something that my wife would enjoy as well. So, pardon me. That's something my wife would enjoy as well. So it could feasibly be something that we could try. I'm hoping that the number 1, Michael, is going to come with an actual anecdote. I'm going to set you a challenge, Michael, that while telling us about number 1, you try your very, very best to turn your non-anecdote into an actual anecdote. Are you ready for the challenge, Michael Jameson?
I think I'm ready.
Number 1.
Just typing something in.
Right.
So, number 1 product of the year. Tried this, don't know, 6 months ago, maybe a little bit longer. Bought it multiple times, like basically bought it every time I saw it. And I don't know, I might have an anecdote or two with this one. So it is the Thornton's triple layer toffee cake bites. They were...
Really?
Yeah. Have you had them?
No. Are they ones that come like 9 in a little pack?
No, they're the ones that come in a bucket or a tub.
Right, no, I haven't. But the Thorntons. Growing up for me, Thorntons was the byword in luxury.
What do you mean by that?
In any Thorntons was what you got at Christmas. Thorntons Continental with the poshest chocolates there were. The Thorntons shop was so exciting. You know, very rarely did you get something from Thorntons. Thorntons toffee was like my dad's favourite thing.
Yeah, Thorntons toffee is really nice.
Yeah, so Thorntons has always been, and it's not something that I tend to eat anymore. It's not, and I don't know whether it is the fact that it's gone mainstream. You can get Thorntons products in the supermarkets. They're not as premium. They don't feel as premium as they once were. And there are 2 Thornton's Continental chocolates that I could eat all day. The Alpini and the Viennese truffle.
Oh, mate, the Viennese. The Viennese is so
good.
I was
a little bit of salt in it, isn't there? It's
I don't believe it's salt. I believe it's the outer shell is a mixture between milk and white chocolate, which gives it a slightly more creamier and sweeter flavour.
I'm sure there's a salty hint in a Viennese truffle.
Interesting. It is dusted with sugar, which gives it an additional.
I'm not saying that it's covered in salt. I'm saying it's got a slight salty flavour to it. I'm not suggesting that the outer dusting on a Viennese truffle is salt, you idiot. I'm not a moron.
Chill out, mate.
Is that genuinely what you thought I meant?
No.
That the white powdery dusting on the outside of a Viennese truffle is salt?
Get out of it.
Are you insane?
Get out of it.
That's not what I'm saying. I said there's a slight hint of salt to it. If a Viennese truffle coated in salt would be a salty ball, a chocolate salty ball, that's not what we want.
Well, we've already established that you don't have a clue about salt content in food anyway, so.
Oh, whatever, airwaves, boy.
Oh, fuck.
Right, go on. Tell me about your salty chocolate nuggets.
They're just absolutely amazing. So, anecdote. This is a proper anecdote, possibly / non-anecdote. So, I used to get, is it a normal thing for birthdays to get a cake and you request what your sort of favourite style of cake is?
I think more as an adult, that's something that happens to me.
Yeah.
Gemma will make me a birthday cake usually, and will ask what type of cake I would like, and I will usually say something that involves peanut butter.
Oh, amazing! That's fantastic. So my Claire doesn't bake, so she buys me cakes, which is great. And she used to get me the Thornton's toffee cake, which is incredible. It's a moist, very, very deliciously flavoured toffee sponge. Two toffee sponges. In the middle is a layer of toffee flavour cream icing, so creamy toffee, and a layer of toffee sauce, coated in chocolate with small cubes of fudge on top. They're fucking amazing.
Sounds nice.
But we haven't found them in... Claire, how long would you say it's been since we found the toffee sponges? Years.
Was it a reasonably small cake?
It was.
The kind of cake that you might chop up into 6 small slices and perhaps serve with coffee?
Absolutely, precisely. I think you know
like
the one.
Like a 6-inch diameter, perhaps.
Quite a stub. Quite
maybe
a stubby.
5.
Yeah. Quite a stubby cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, we actually saw that. I don't think that one exists anymore. They basically do a wider one now. We only bloody saw it yesterday, didn't we?
Did you buy it?
No, but we kept it in mind for February.
Cool.
We did. It was in date until 16th of January, so we couldn't quite push it the extra month to get to my birthday.
I mean, you can always eat cake when it's not your birthday, you know.
I did genuinely. The thought did go through my mind, but I thought, no, it's been years since we've had it, so we will wait. We'll go back just before my birthday and we'll pick one up if they've got it. So yeah, there's that. But what was this actual product? So this was a tub of, I think you got about 10 or 11 in there. I don't think you got as few as 9. But it was a tub, little bucket. I think they're about £2. And it was basically the old cakes, but small bites and triple layered. So there's 3 layers of sponge. I think there's 3 layers of sponge in there, or maybe there was just. No, maybe it was just one sponge. No, actually, yeah, no. I think it was sponge with a thick layer of the cream and a thick layer of the toffee sauce, and then a very thick layer of the chocolate. So it's basically just a miniaturized version of the old cakes, but with a slightly higher ratio of chocolate, which just worked really well because the chocolate gave it an amazing crisp and crunch that the old cake didn't have, but absolutely mind-blowing product. One of the nicest things I've had.
Sounds really good.
And it's no longer I emailed Thornton's, and I've got their email in front of me, actually. Do you want me to read it out?
Yes, please, Michael.
Here we go. Hello, Thorntons. I'm just looking at the products that we, brackets Food Review UK, have reviewed this year, and it is likely that I'll be awarding the Triple Layer Toffee Cake Bites the Product of the Year Award 2017. Although we haven't actually seen them in a while. Are they still available? Thanks. Their response: no. Fuck off, you fat bastard. No, definitely not. I've actually just noticed it.
Mate, something terrible's just happened. Sorry. Can you hear this?
I can hear a little bit of action, yeah.
Oh, I've just nudged the desk, and my son's Furby was on the desk, and it's now woken up and is talking.
That's hilarious. Definitely keep this in.
It's awful. It's absolutely awful. I hate it. Let's carry on.
Get him on.
Get the Furby on.
Yeah, he's going to make more
it's
sense
so
than
irritating. Here he is. Hang on, Furby.
Oh,
he needs a hug. Needs a hug, apparently.
Yeah, he's just not being looked after.
Yeah.
What colour is it?
It's 3 different colours of blue.
Lovely.
It's very irritating. It's been essentially hidden. It's on the desk in my room behind a Lego Star Destroyer, so that Theo can't see it.
Brilliant.
Yes. Anyway, back to Thorntons.
I've just noticed a cute sort of thing on this customer service representative's email signature. He's put salted caramel praline make me smile.
Oh.
Anyway, he replied, "Dear Michael, thank you for getting in touch with us. We try hard to ensure that our customers enjoy all of our products, so it's wonderful to hear that you enjoyed our triple layer toffee cake bites. Fantastic, so far so good. The toffee cake bites were made under license for us by Finsbury Foods. Unfortunately, the product has now been discontinued. As it was manufactured... As it was manufactured by Finsbury Foods, it might be worth contacting them to see if there is a similar product that they could recommend instead." Yeah.
So it's not... So Thornton's baked products are not made by Thornton's?
Correct.
So it's essentially a bakery licensing the Thornton's.
Yeah, fascinating, right?
Oh my God. Mind blown.
Was that an anecdote?
Mind blown. Yeah, that was... I would say that was... Yeah, it was, Michael.
Yes!
Oh, it's taken you all year.
Yeah.
You've done it.
I've done it.
You've done it.
The year was out. Still hear that fucking Furby.
And I couldn't even enjoy it fully because there's a Furby shouting at me. Oh, shut up. Oh, man. Oh, it's doing a dance.
This is amazing.
It's such a weird thing.
Furbies are excellent.
They're not.
Oh, God.
They're so overrated. It's the Krispy Kreme donut of the toy world. Furby. No, that sounds like a great product. I'm amazed. I'm assuming that they will use some... It would have to be surely it has to be Thornton's chocolate.
That's what I thought. I mean, regardless, it was a very, very high quality product. So, I haven't actually got in touch with Finsbury Food yet, but I will. I think it's interesting that the full-size toffee cake is still in existence. So,
I wonder if that's made by... Did you check whether that was made by Finsbury Foods?
Didn't think to look yesterday, but I assume it must be.
Man, that would have been... If you'd done that, if you checked that could have been the icing on the cake of your anecdote, Michael.
It is made by Finsbury Food. I did check. I just remembered I did check.
Oh, well... Amazing. The Furby's very happy with that. Very, very happy with it.
He's loving it. Woo!
He really is. He's a big fan of the podcast. He's subscribed.
That's good.
Yeah, loves it. His favourite, he says his favourite is you.
Oh, I've just seen actually. Yeah, he's left a review on iTunes. He's put 4 stars. You're my best friend.
Yeah, I need a hug. Oh my God.
Amazing.
I want to die. Well, Michael, thank you very much for sharing with me and our listeners.
Brilliant.
Your top 10 foods of 2017.
Correct.
I've enjoyed this little chat with you.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. Thank you.
It's been very nice. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to all our listeners for listening. Do remember to subscribe to us on iTunes or whatever podcast app you use. Give us a review on iTunes if you've got a minute of spare time. If you are watching this, I mean, surely anyone who listens to this on YouTube doesn't actually sit there and watch the thumbnail with our faces on it for an hour. But if you are accessing this podcast on YouTube, give us a little thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the Food Review UK channel, subscribe. If you have got some extra Christmas money that Father Christmas has given you and you feel like throwing it at Michael Jameson, if you wait outside Waitrose in Aylesbury, at some point he will go in there to buy mooses. So just get it all in loose change, like ones and twos, and throw it at him, pelt it at him. Make sure it is him and not Rich Milford, though, because they are indistinguishable from a distance.
Correct.
Thank you very much for listening, though, and we will see you in 2018 when,
my God.
hopefully, Nathan Peterson will be back. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
it all comes out in the wash. Yeah, we'll see. Thanks very much, guys.
Bye.